What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune into the channel, check out the content. And with that being said, man, in this video, I'm gonna talk about Ron Harper, man, and how Ron Harper he went at Shannon Sharp and Joe Johnson for some comments, right, that they made about his son. I think it was a misunderstanding. I don't think that, especially Joe Johnson. I don't think Joe Johnson really said anything wrong or negative about Dylan Harper. I just think that, and Ron Harper just didn't really get the gist of it, right? And he didn't really hear the whole statement, and he just had clips of it. But either way, man, Ron Harper just lets it be known that he not gonna mess around when it comes to Dylan Harper or his son Ron Harper Jr., right? He not having it, right? And so the thing about that is when you have somebody, a father who has experience in the NBA and knows the pitfalls and knows what how it can be dealing with NBA, the media, and all this other stuff, man. Ron Harper Jr. and Dylan Harper are they in a good position because their father is somebody who can kind of help them through the situation in the NBA. And I remember like at the All-Star game, they kind of was a little bit embarrassed when he said some things about LeBron James, but you just got, if as kids you take the good with the bad when it comes with your parents. Sometimes they say things you don't really that you don't really feel like they should say, but it is what it is, right? So I'm gonna play Shannon Sharp and Joe Johnson response to Ron Harper, and then I'm gonna come back and give my input.
To shut down the widely circulated reports of rumors regarding Dylan's camp demanding a starting spot. Stop it. Fake news. You don't want to demand a spot. You want to earn a spot. Ron also reposted us. Joe Johnson says Dylan Harper has the opportunity to be a prime James Harden potential. He would average 22, 23 points a game his rookie season if he had the same freedom.
Now, let me address that, right? Because, all right, so now they said that the Harper camp was going to demand that that Dylan Harper start, right? And I liked what his father said. You don't demand that you start, like you earn a starting role, so you don't demand that. And like I said, this is the type of leadership and experience that I think is going to help the Harper boys as far as being able to have success in the league, right? So they're not asking for anything. They're going to go ahead and prove that they deserve it, and they're going to earn it because that's how that's the way they were brought up.
James play defense.
Nah, not like Harper, bro.
But Harper should hope that when his son's career is over, he's a top 75 player.
Yeah.
We weren't trying to be dismissive. You was praising him. You see something in this kid that he is like, you know what? He has the ability to be offensively what James Harden was.
Yeah.
We were praising him.
And well, maybe Ron Harper Sr. sees James Harden, as an insult, because James Harden, he shrinks in the playoffs. Then on top of that, James Harden don't play defense. He's, so maybe Ron Harper Sr. don't want his son to be compared to James Harden. He got his sights set higher than, James Harden. Not no disrespect to James Harden, but and when I watch Dylan Harper, I don't see the fact that both of them are left-handed. Other than that, I don't see any like similarity in their game. So that maybe his father was like, nah, we're not going to do that.
We didn't shoot him down. We didn't say, we said he should be in the starting lineup.
Yeah.
But see, when you just listen to clips and not listen to the meat of what you and I was discussing, and Ocho,
right?
Yeah.
This is what you get.
Yeah. It's part.
Nobody was trying to shoot your son down. We was praising your son. We said he was the second best, on some nights the best player on the Spurs.
Yeah.
But I guess you didn't hear that part. Go ahead, Joe.
I don't know, man. I would have took offense too, though, man. You know, if you compare my kid to James Harden, you know, I don't want to put that narrative out there. I just don't want that narrative to be out there because James Harden, like I said, no offense to James Harden. James Harden is just not somebody. In playoff time, you don't want that type of image. You know, you don't want the image of not being a defender, and so I don't see no similarities in their game. So that I can see why, you know, Ron Harper was like, nah, you know, don't compare him to that guy. That's not a good look.
He probably didn't. And the fact that Joe even think he can be somewhat similar to James Harden if he had the green light to shoot when he want to, and he can play defense the way he does. Come on now. You can't ask for nothing better than that.
Hey, look, despite what his pop say, that his son, he's special. He's special, bro.
We thought we did a good job of conveying. You did, having played the game, having looked at James Harden game. They're both lefties.
Yeah.
Harper already.
That's it. That's all he have in common with you know, with James Harden. They just left-handed. That's it. You know, in the playoffs, Dylan Harper came up big for the Spurs. In the championship games, you know, he had some really good championship games. There's no comparison. You know, I mean, they just both left-handed. Their games don't resemble each other. They're just left-handed basketball players.
Has an NBA body. Harden had to grow into his body. Look at Harden as a rookie and look at Harden now. Look at Dylan Harper. That is a grown man's body.
Yeah. He'll look
saying, given the same opportunities to have a green light, which is going to be highly unlikely because he's playing with Wemby.
Yeah.
But that situation, we're saying Joe was saying he has the ability to be as special as Harden. For you to say that, knowing what Harden is, no matter he might not play no defense, he's one of the great offensive guys in the.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I you know, Shannon Sharp, man. I'm not buying. I don't want that either. You know, yeah, you might. I think Ron Harper just has his. He had bigger plans for his son. Both his sons, man. You know, even if you don't have this, even if it's Ron Harper Jr., man. You know, you don't want to get that James Harden label. You don't. You know, like why? Like James Harden is not an all-time great. He's just a guy. You know, he's very popular in this era, but he don't play defense. I don't know what Shannon Sharp. That's not a good look. I don't know what Shannon Sharp is thinking, man. And I like Joe Johnson. Don't even compare my kid to James Harden. You know, offensively, because they, you know,
you're the NBA.
Yes, sir.
He's an MVP. He's led the league in scoring. He's led the league in assists. He's a top 75 player.
Yeah.
And he made it seem like we say he should be a role player. We're saying that he should start.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like there are some role players that I would probably rather have because they have a stronger impact on your team than James Harden. James Harden just refused to play defense, man. Then in big moments, James Harden shrink and he don't take accountability. Like the things that James Harden said this after they lost to the Knicks, you know, like his press conference after they lost to the Knicks in that series right there just let me know that like this guy is not accountable. So why would you want your son being compared to somebody who don't play defense, is not accountable, and shrinks in big moments? I don't see why they don't get it.
Hey, sky's the limit for that young kid, bro. You know, he just got to keep putting the work in. And he'll look bigger than James Harden, Uncle Ocho.
Yes.
Yeah, you if you watch him, the way he maneuvers around the court and when he does get in the paint, bro, it's like he big boy. He damn near play like he does.
He play through contact. That's not what Harden. Harden is slippery. Harden is trying to get on edges. No, he's trying to play through you.
Yeah.
He can get on the edge.
There you go.
But you look at him, he's trying to dunk on folks.
Oh, yeah.
So why, if you point out the differences between him and Harden, only thing they said was that both of them left-handed, but you know, he trying to play through people, Harden trying to get around. You know, Harden is more slippery. they point out the differences, but then they compare him to Harden. You know, I can see why the father was like, man, y'all don't know what y'all talking about.
Oh yeah, he ain't playing. He ain't playing. But he got that same bag that I think James Harden has. And maybe it is because they both lefties, got nice, smooth jump shots. His potential is through the roof, bro.
But I'm just trying to figure out, so because we say he could be James Harden, we're talking about, and you talking about did James Harden play defense? No. But he's 11, 12-time NBA All-Star. He's an All-NBA.
And see, remember, Ron Harper Sr. is a winner. This dude got multiple championship rings. So you can't tell him something. Like, this guy plays basketball and thinks basketball on a whole different level. He's a champion. He teaching his sons to play like like all over the court, not just offense. Shooting and scoring. He wants his sons to be complete basketball players and know the game. So that's why he's so sensitive about comparing his kid to James Harden. And I get it. I get it. First time I listened to them, I was like, well, why he's so hard on Shannon Sharp and Joe Johnson? But this guy's he got multiple championship rings. And no disrespect to Joe Johnson. I like ISO Joe, right? But this guy, Ron Harper Sr., man, he just see basketball. He just see it at a whole different level, man. So, I'm on Team Harper with this one. Don't compare my son to, I want more. I want better for my son, is what he's saying. So that's my take on it. Make sure to like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to leave a comment. And with that being said, man, I'm going to check y'all out in the next video. Peace.